And also, we wanted to talk about some of the issues that we discuss is things that you work on and work with in the categories. And one of the things you guys do is mediation. So could you touch upon that, what that means, and how you guys could be a solution?
Yeah. So a lot of people think when there's a dispute, they have to litigate, right? They have to go to court. They have to fight. Drop the gloves, fight.
I'm going to sue.
I'm suing you.
Yeah.
I'll take you to court and scare you a lot.
Yeah,
right?
we hear about neighbors doing that. And
it's so 2022,
relatives.
though.
Yeah.
It's so 2022, Rob. Looking forward, fighting is silly. It's a waste of time, money, emotional energy. There's a solution to it. You don't have to fight. And they're teaching a lot more of this in law schools. They're teaching a lot more of it in business schools. Alternative dispute resolutions, ADR, that's the acronym. Alternative dispute resolutions. What can we do that doesn't require fighting? Right? The next generation, I think, is going to look at litigation as something that is similar to dinosaur behavior, primitive behavior. Why are we fighting? Can't we resolve our differences without spending an enormous amount of money, going to court, doing depositions, thinking about it all the time, staring at the ceiling, years going by, wasted? And the only people that really win in litigation are the attorneys, because they're billing their time to let other people emotionally beat each other up.
Well, I guess the question would be, well, why wouldn't you be in favor of that, Mark, being an attorney?
Well, I don't think it's equitable. I don't think it's something, so we've never litigated in my firm for that specific reason.
Okay.
Because I've always thought it was primitive, and there is always another way to solve the problem. Now, there's need for litigation, no question about it. And if litigation is needed, we can save people a lot of time by introducing them to good litigators, good people who are going to help them resolve their differences. But mediation is a very different solution. And we focus on getting to folks before they get to an attorney, truly, right? Direct to the consumer, right? So if maybe they're unmarried couple who owned a property together and they got a mortgage together and things didn't quite work out. What do they do? There's not really a court system for them, but they need to resolve their differences, right? Maybe there's a family dispute. You mentioned a neighbor dispute. Like, these are things that folks shouldn't have to spend $50,000 to resolve through the court system over 2 years. It's a waste of money.
It's tend to involve property line things and other things like that. And you say, I'm going to sue you. And you're saying, think about ADR.
ADR, mediation. Come into a room, be heard, right? Explain exactly what you want the other person to hear. When you go to court, we talked about this last year, I think, talking about our mediation practice, where, folks say, I want my day in court. I want my day in court. But what does that mean, right? When you finally get to court, and we have a video on our YouTube channel where we use a piece of paper as a symbol. This is all of the information that you want to get across on this piece of paper. Well, fold it in half. That's what you get to tell your best friends, right? Your closest, your spouse, maybe. Fold it again. Those are the ones that you tell your colleagues. Fold it again. That's what you actually get information into your attorney. Fold it again. That's the information that gets presented in court. But here in a confidential conference room, you get to say everything that's on your mind, and then the other person gets to receive that. And then they're heard, and we're brought to the middle in a much more efficient, cost-effective way, as opposed to litigating. So that's really, truly what mediation is, but it's not therapy, right? So people come in and, they're not sure that they want to terminate a relationship. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's real estate owner partners, but one person's not necessarily involved. The who that needs to be is that they both need to be on board with, okay, this is going to be a business decision. We're going to finalize this through mediation. but there's no hope of reconciliation. So let's figure out the best way that we can resolve this, right? So what we say with a good settlement is both parties are equally unhappy, but at the end of the day, they've saved a lot of money, time, energy, and we see this as the future of resolutions, alternative dispute resolutions through mediation.
ADR. Think about mediation and think about Mark Stiles at Stiles Law on Route 139 in Marshfield, stiles-law.com. And if people want to know more, Mark, how do they get in touch with you?
The best way is to call our office at 781-319-1900. Again, 781-319-1900. And our concierge will put you in touch with the right folks, whether it's in our real estate, estate planning, or mediation departments. And we'll have those confidential conversations and see if we can help.
Mark Stiles, Stiles Law, Feel Good Friday, every Friday at this time on WATD. Thanks, Mark. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Have a great week, everybody.